Hello friends, let's have a discussion on current affairs, of course, the world of banking and economy as well. Here's the first question. India has been ranked in the 2020 Sustainable Development Index. This is based on the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, okay, released in June 2020. We have a rank of 117 countries. Though about 180 are mentioned, the ranking is for about 166 only. Okay, so let's look at the top countries. Now, what are sustainable development goals? Goals that would help build a more equitable society, and a society where there is almost no poverty, where people have equal access to resources like education, like food, like healthcare. Yeah, so there are about 17 such goals, like no poverty, access to education, clean, hygienic, environment, that is sanitation. So in all, if you're talking about attaining these kinds of goals, it's quite tough, especially given that now there is coronavirus pandemic. Things were going okay in the beginning of the year. Till the beginning of this year, we were on the path to attain, at least to attaining some of those goals, not all. Like, eradicating poverty is not possible, but we can minimize the gap. We can always minimize the gap between the rich and, or maybe those who have and those who don't have. So as of today, the gap has only widened because of, you see, for example, education. Now a lot of kids are out of school because there are no schools are shut down. Like, how many kids have access to online classes? Very few students have access to online classes. Maybe here we can talk about, let's say you have access, like schools in urban areas, but can all schools in urban areas also effort? No, forget rural. So there are issues here, major issues. Okay, so you look at India's rank 117th. So let's look at top 5, right? Global Sustainable Development Goals Index, SDG Index, or SDI, simple, same thing as this. SDI 2020, top 5 ranks. 1, Sweden. 2, Denmark. 3, Finland. 4, France. 5, Germany. 5, Germany. What about the rank of the United States? United States, US 31. US rank 31. Let's look at the ranks of BRICS countries. BRICS, B-R-I-C-S. BRICS, please write. BRICS. Brighten the screen for myself. Yeah. BRICS, Brazil's 53, rank 53. Russia, rank 57. India, you can see that rank 117. China 48. South Africa 110, slightly below India, above India. 110 for South Africa. Yeah, 53 for Brazil, 57 for Russia, 48 for China, and 117 for India. Okay, those of you who want to know Pakistan's rank also. See, Pakistan is not a competitor to India, absolutely nowhere. Okay, we don't even care about Pakistan. So the rank anyway is 134. 134. Okay, and now why don't we look at the bottom 5? Let's look at bottom 5, the ones that have been ranked. Okay, that have been ranked. About 180 countries, of which around 11 plus 3, 4, 14 were not ranked. 14 were not ranked. So you could take from 166. Bottom 3. 3 are yeah, so bottom 3. So rank 166. Rank 166. Central African Republic. Central African Republic. So 165. 165. South Sudan. South Sudan. SUDAN. South Sudan. Okay. 166. Okay, CAR 165, South Sudan. 164, Chad, 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 CHAD. That should be fine. Chile. On 5th July 2020, who won the F1 Austrian Grand Prix? F1 is Formula 1, the highest league in the world of motor racing. Now, the Austrian Grand Prix, Grand, is actually, we say grand. In French, it's pronounced Grand Prix. The prix there, yeah, means prize. Typically, it means prize. Okay, so Grand Prix, X silent होता है फ्रेंच में, तो ऐसे ही pronunciation आ गया अभी. Okay, this was the first event this year, because the events before that couldn't happen because of coronavirus and everything. Who won the F1 Austrian Grand Prix? Valtteri Bottas. I would want you to write about this guy. What you write this? Valtteri Bottas dash Finland. 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 He drives a particular car. I mean, he belongs to this team. What is this here? Mercedes. 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 He's from Finland. Okay. Before I tell you about him, or maybe let me finish this particular thing and then I'll come to this guy, or what's on his jersey. Okay. Number 2, who was ranked? Who are these guys? Shall we look at the choices? Who is the reigning world champion? Look at choice 1. He is the current world champion. Last 2 years he's been the world champion. Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton. He's from Britain. He's from Britain. You want to know the second and third also? You write. Look at Charles. Choice 4. Charles Leclerc. Write his name. Dash. Monaco. 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 He comes from the country of Monaco. Monaco is so small that you can't put anything in the country. I mean, it's 2.1 lakh square, 2.1 square kilometers. बहुत छोटा देश है, बहुत छोटा देश है. Okay, so it's also the most densely populated country in the world. But some other day I'll discuss that when we talk of small countries. But today, Charles Leclerc from Monaco drives a Ferrari. Dash Ferrari. 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 Yesterday, I think we mentioned in the previous session. Not yesterday, but in the previous session, we mentioned that Ferrari is owned by Fiat Chrysler, isn't it? Yes. So that's choice 4 there. Look at choice 2. That the guy placed 3rd. So first was Bottas, second place was taken by Leclerc, and the 3rd place was taken by Norris. Okay, right. 3rd place Norris, Lando Norris, UK. He is from UK, the United Kingdom, and he belongs to a team called McLaren Renault. McLaren, 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 McLaren hyphen Renault, Renault, Renault. In the previous session I talked about how you pronounce this. You can say Renault, you can say Renault. So I just want to bring it to you 2-3 things. When you look at this jersey, these are all the sponsors. They pay millions of dollars to the company, and of course this guy, to carry all those logos, names, world class. You want to see this? See, this is Petronas. Petronas is the Malaysian petroleum company, the national petroleum company of the government owned company of Malaysia. Okay, this is Petronas. जो कोलालमपुर में 2 टावर्स दिखते हैं आपको, कुछ फिल्मों में दिखेंगे 2 टावर्स के बीच में एक ब्रिज भी होती है. Those are Petronas towers. That's some National Petroleum Corporation of Malaysia. Okay, that is Petronas. So this is the major sponsor here. You can see it's in big letters. This is also here. That's the logo. You see this logo here? This is the logo of Puma or Puma, one of the world's biggest sports goods and accessories company. Puma's logo is called, Puma is a kind of cat. एक प्रकार की बिल्ली होती है, typically found in mountains. Okay, and that logo is called jumping cat. What is it called? Jumping cat. See, all tigers, lions are kinds of cats. They are kinds of cats. So when you look at the puma, it's also a cat. It's a type of cat. Now this is, what is it doing? It's jumping. That's why it's called jumping cat. That's it, nothing else. Okay, puma is a kind of a, it's you could say cat. काफी बड़ी बिल्ली होती है. You look at Qualcomm. We discussed this. This is one of the investors in what is that? Reliance Jio. Qualcomm name comes from Quality Communications. Epson. But this is the last one I will tell you. Before that, hey, you see this logo here? You see this Mercedes logo? This is called TriStar. TriStar. 3-pointed star or TriStar. 3-pointed star or TriStar. This is Boss. Hugo Boss is one of the world's most luxury, I would say ultra luxury brand. Hugo Boss. वो सब छोड़ दीजिए, अभी ये देखिए नाम. ये तो Epson है. This is Boss from India. Of course, an American company, but the guy came from India. Anyway, some other day. Epson. ये नाम का meaning क्या है? So in one of the quizzes where I was the anchor, I was a quiz master, I asked people, how do you learn? So someone said, okay, talk about that projector, and the projector was Epson. So I was a little taken aback because someone had asked me that question, but it's very easy to know. When I told them, it's very easy to know. If you look at the name, EP is electronic printer, SON is son of electronic printer. That's the actual meaning of the name. Electronic printer, son of electronic printer is Epson. You find out. Okay, so a lot of people didn't agree with me. They couldn't believe their ears when I told them that the meaning of this company's name, EPSON, is son of electronic printer. But then I asked them to Google and they found that, and you can also find that. Don't accept what I'm saying, but you can find out. It's a nice story. Son of electronic printer. So a little there, I just wanted to bring to you a few things, my friends. Okay. Dash says that exchange rate between currencies will be in equilibrium when their purchasing power is the same in each of the two countries. Purchasing power parity. Now this looks very complicated, isn't it? So we can do one thing. We'll take a chota note on this. Okay, you write this. You write this particular point. I'll also write so that I am on par with you. Same part. Right. Two methods are used. Two methods are used to compute or to convert, convert GDP, gross domestic product, GDP gross domestic product, into a common currency, dash. The methods are nominal, 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 and purchasing power parity, वो जो सामने है, PPP, purchasing power parity, okay. Right. In nominal, market exchange rates are taken for conversion. Market exchange rates are taken for conversion. Dash. This does not take into account the difference in the cost of living, in different countries. This does not take into account the difference in the cost of living in different countries. Next, fluctuations, FLUCTUATIONS, fluctuations in the exchange rate, of a country's currency, may change a country's ranking, dash, we'll split this, okay, dash, even though there may not be a real change in the standard of life, of the country's people. I'll explain this. Countries people. Full stop. Next point. Purchasing power parity dash is an exchange. Purchasing power parity is an exchange rate, at which the currency of one country is converted into that of the second country, in order to purchase the same volume of goods and services in both countries. Let me repeat. Purchasing power parity is an exchange rate at which the currency of one country is converted into that of the second country or another country in order to purchase a volume of goods and services, an equal volume of goods and services in both countries. Full stop. Last point. generally the cost of living in the US is higher than most nations dash nearly 179 countries have higher GDP in PPP terms, while 12 have lower GDP in PPP terms. The US has the same GDP in both nominal and PPP terms. Full stop. Okay? I'll give you some data, and before that I just received, while making this session, I got a mail from Arunima Dev Kanungo. She's from Time Jadavpur. This student is asking that I discussed monetary policy in one of the sessions. Please discuss monetary policy in one of the sessions. I just got this mail now. So Arunima, we will definitely discuss this. Give me, if you are talking of monetary policy, CRR, SLR, all that stuff, what does it impact, how repo rate, everything, we will definitely do it. That is this weekend, Saturday or Friday session, you will have that. Okay, I'm writing this here. So entire thing I will discuss in detail. Monetary policy, all about interest rates and policy rates like policy rates like repo rate, reverse repo. These are called policy rates. So we will discuss all that stuff. So Friday, monetary policy. It makes life easy for me when I write things, because it gives me clarity when I write. Okay, so before I discuss this, I'll give you the answer to this next question, which is related to this question. According to the IMF estimate for 2020, which is the world's biggest economy by GDP PPP? So write this. Top 5 economies by GDP PPP in dollar trillion, how many billions make 1 trillion? 1000 billion. 1 trillion equals 1000 billion. Okay, 1000 billion. So right, मैं पूरा explain करूँगा. This looks very complicated. It's easy. Okay. Rank 1, China, $27.8 trillion. That is ऊपर already लिख चुके हैं हम, column title. Rank 1, China, 27.8. Rank 2, जो आप सामने ranks देख रहे हैं, the way you look at these choices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, China, US, India, Japan, Russia, these are the 5 biggest economies in the world by GDP PPP. Okay, I'll just give you the figures, you can write them as they are. 1, China, 27.8. 2, US, 20.28. Last year it was 21.34, but the economy is going to contract, so their economic output will be less than what they produced last year. India 11.3, 11.3, we will take only one decimal point, 11.3. Japan 5.4, 5.4, it's 5.45, but take 5.4. Russia 4.1, 4.1, it's 4.17 I remember, but it's okay, 4.1. So what does this entire thing mean nominally? See, in a country, goods and services are produced, they have a money value. When we discuss GDP in nominal terms, we mentioned this thing. Like for example, the value of this mouse, the value of this pen, the value of this paper. Okay, everything has money value, isn't it? This laptop has a money value. If you're working somewhere, you get a salary. That your work has money value. My work has money value. Okay, we use electricity, that has a value. So the price, there is a price for everything. The value of everything that is produced, goods and services, is added. The final value you get is called GDP, gross domestic product. Okay, now that is on paper, market value and everything. But can you use the same thing? Can you compare Indian GDP with American GDP? That's not the right method. I'll tell you why. For example, in India, someone earning 25 lakh rupees would be like, yo, you understand that? Yes. It would be, the person would be in the top 0.7% of all taxpayers in the country, which is effectively everyone else. Okay. So even if you take black money, the person earning about 25 lakh rupees would be in the top 5% of the country, top 5% of the population. Imagine that. Now you take 25 lakh rupees, convert that into dollars. How much will it come to? It will come to less than, I'm not very good at a calculation, but you can think about this. So with that kind of money, if you move to America with 25 lakh rupees in the pocket, you go to America, will you be able to live a great life? No. The kind of quality of life you can have with 25 lakh rupees in India, you cannot have this in America. In America, you will have something like 30,000 US dollars in your pocket with that kind of money. That's it, nothing more than that. Okay? And $30,000 kuch nahi hota. If you convert that into dollars, 25 lakhs, you will barely have any money in your hands. Okay? You will be in the bottom of the country. You people barely earn, that kind of money. But you see, India, when I say people barely earn that kind of money, this makes you feel good. Okay, 25 lakh hai mere paas, I earn 25 lakh rupees, good money. In America, no. But isn't there a difference in the quality of life, the standard of life? Isn't life in India a little more inexpensive than it is in America? It is. So what the economists do is, they say that this particular thing of nominal GDP calculation is not right. We should take the value of the dollar, convert that into the value of the local currency. इसको लोकल करेंसी में कन्वर्ट करना चाहिए. $1 में कितना आता है? 75 रुपए, 75 पैसे. Take an average. Okay, current value. $1 gets you 75 rupees. Now 75 rupees can buy you a lot of things in India. Yes or no? Yes. $75 rupees can buy you 3 Mac burgers, small burgers. In America, 1 burger. There is a difference. There is a difference. So, you need to understand that there is a difference in standard of life, and nominal GDP doesn't capture that. So what they do is, they take the dollar, convert that into the purchasing value of the local currency, let's say India. And that way our GDP ranks the third highest in the world, 11.3 trillion dollars. If you look at America, if you look at nominal GDP, ours is 2.93 trillion dollars. 2.93 is different from 11.3. That's how it is. Okay, so we have to convert the nominal value of the dollar into the purchasing value of the local currency. That's how it is. Isliye, a lot of Indians who live abroad, especially in America, they send their money home because $1 gets them 75 rupees here. Whereas in America, say $1 might not get them much in terms of buying some stuff. In India, 75 rupees can get them a lot of stuff. There is a reason why it works that way. Okay, so I believe this is also a good idea. Actually, this is purchasing power parity is very important because quality of life is very important. Standard of life in India, someone earning 25 lakh rupees, to repeat what I said, 25 lakh rupees is huge. In one of the sessions, I shared one income tax data file, isn't it? Where I showed that there are hardly 5.75 lakh people in India, take 6 lakh. Just 6 lakh people in India who file income tax, who declare an annual income of 25 lakh rupees. सिर्फ 6 लाख लोग हैं हिंदुस्तान में जो 25 लाख से भी ज़्यादा आय रखते हैं सालाना. It's a lot of money in India. So work hard, guys. You want to be in the top 1% of this country's population? Work very hard. You can earn more that money. Yes. So, with which country has India signed a memorandum of understanding on maritime safety and security as part of their Indo-Pacific vision to establish a rules-based order? India has signed this agreement with Indonesia because Indonesia is quite wary of China. When we say Indo-Pacific vision, who is afraid of China? A lot of countries are afraid of China. Countries, this is the only picture, only map that I have. China says that this entire sea is ours. ये पूरा जो they claim this entire thing यहाँ पे is called the 9-line. 9-line. They say ये सब कुछ हमारा. जबकि legally it cannot be. It cannot be. China's national boundaries extend to 12 nautical miles from the coast. Up to the national boundaries of a country extend to 12 nautical miles from the coast. Okay, so up to 12 nautical miles, that's about 18 kilometers. You actually, when you start from Indian coast up to 18 kilometers, you are still in India. Okay, now you have to understand that beyond that, up to 200 kilometers from the coast is exclusive economic zone. That is, a country's ships, let's say Indian ships, can go and fish in these waters because Andaman Nicobar Islands is ours. Up to 200 kilometers from Andaman Nicobar Islands, we can go and fish, we can extract and all that stuff. ये सब कुछ हम कर सकते हैं. The beyond 200 kilometers of EEZ, exclusive economic zone, the waters are called waters. In plural means water body. Waters mean beyond 200 kilometers, 200 nautical miles of EEZ, exclusive economic zone, lies international waters. ये technically पूरे international waters होते हैं. But China says नहीं ये सब कुछ हमारा है. ये सब कुछ हमारा है. Some other day I'll discuss this, but this is in fact this is something I really enjoyed discussing. Philippines is afraid of China because there are a couple of islands here, Scarborough, which have been occupied by China. This is Indonesia. This particular sea that the Chinese call this as theirs. Actually, they have they claim this also. Vietnam is afraid, Malaysia is afraid, Indonesia is afraid, Philippines is afraid. But then what is to be done? So Indonesia has signed an agreement with the Indian government. That is, the coast guards of two countries have signed an agreement that we can exchange, say know-how. We'll have joint military exercises, joint navy exercises, and all that stuff. Okay. So I just want you to write Indian Coast Guard dash Indian Coast Guard dash its Indonesian counterpart is called Bakalma. Bakalma. Enough. Bakalma. Okay. So, see, Andaman Nicobar Islands, we have a naval base here. From here, a naval command also. Indonesia is quite close. This is all Indonesia. This is quite close. You got it? Yes. So, southernmost point of India is closer to Indonesia than it is to other parts of India. Travelers checks are valid for a month of no, they never expire. Never expired. एक जमाने में when there were no credit cards, when people had almost no credit cards, where the acceptance of credit cards was very low and carrying cash was always a problem, people used to carry travelers checks. So instead of cash, people would carry check. So I would basically go into Thomas Cook, some travel agents and whoever issued this traveler's check. I would go there, give them $1,000, they would give me a check, an open check. Okay, I travel to X place. There I can give this to their local office and exchange this. I can use this to pay for hotel bills and everything else, all kinds of payments. So it was as good as a credit or debit card. But nowadays, because there is proliferation of digital payments, there is a great increase in holding credit cards and everything, owning credit cards. People don't use travelers checks. So it was a substitute. Remember, travelers check was a substitute for hard currency. Yeah. Two Indian companies have been given the go-ahead for human trials of their vaccines for COVID. One is Bharat Biotech, name the other company. We'll write the answers already there. We'll type the CEOs of these companies. Okay, Bharat Biotech dash Krishna Ella, E-L-L-A, Krishna Ella, E-L-L-A. It's a Hyderabad-based company. So it has tied up with ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, for this particular vaccine. Then we have Zydus Cadila. Write this, choice 2, Zydus Cadila. Its CEO is Sharvil Patel, Sharvil, Sharvil Patel. Look at Cipla. Cipla's CEO is Umang Vohra. U-M-A-N-G. Umang Vohra. V-O-H-R-A. You know how the name comes? Cipla? Chemical, Industrial and Pharmaceutical Laboratories. That is Cipla. C for chemical, I for industrial, P for pharmaceutical, L-A for labs. That's how the name comes. Sun Pharma, Dilip Shangvi, S-H-A-N-G-H-A-V-I, Dilip Shangvi. Another Hyderabad based company. Last two are also Hyderabad based companies. Dr. Reddy's Labs. The CEO is Erez Israeli. E-R-E-Z. I repeat, E-R-E-Z. Erez Israeli. I-S-R-A-E-L-I. I-S-R-A-E-L-I. Divi's Labs. This is again surname. They're all surnames. You see that? Cadil, Reddy, Divi, they're all surnames. Surnames or caste names, whatever. Divi, Murli Divi. Chairman, MD is, CMD is Murli Divi, D-I-V-I. Murli Divi. Let's hope that the vaccines are out soon, my friends. It's been a very tough time for all of us. A lot of people are suffering economically because of the shutdown and eventual, even though the lockdown has been lifted in some parts of the country, in major parts of the country, there's still, the economic activity is not up. And people are dying of That's sad. The RBI has extended the ombudsman scheme. Ombudsman means one who listens to grievances of bank customers. You could write ombudsman dash officer who addresses the grievances, 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 customer complaints, grievances of banking customers or bank customers, bank customers. Okay. Till now, if you have had a problem with the banking service, you could actually complain there with the ombudsman. You could lodge it with the ombudsman. But now that scheme has been extended to even NBFCs, which have an asset size of at least, it's mentioned there. Now, we are talking of 100 crore NBFC. There are very few NBFCs that have 100 crore in capital. Okay, but most major chit fund companies would come into this. Local companies won't come in, but national chit fund players come in basically. There's nothing to discuss here. Which nation ranked first in the Jones-Lassalle biennial means once every 2 years. Once every 2 years is biennial. Biennial Global Real Estate Transparency Index. Answers there. Can we write the top 5? Shall we write? See, India's ranking has improved. India's rank has improved a great deal. When we are now ranked 34th, which is quite commendable because earlier we used to be pretty bad, but now the government has brought in a lot of legislation in terms of regulations that are pro customers. But the major thing that we in India lack is that word there, transparency. Real estate में transparency नहीं है इंडिया में. Okay, because let's say if I want to buy this house, the owner would say, Bharat, come on, pura 1 crore this flat costs, 1 crore I will not take in white, you will have to give in black. You understand that? Not this, anything else in India, half of it goes in black. So transparency is the major issue in India, my friends. A lot of black money goes around in real estate. So the number one is United Kingdom. Why don't you take top 5 for this also? You could write this GRET, G-R-E-T index, GRET index. 1 UK, 2 US, 3 Australia, 4 France, 5 Canada. So 1 is UK, 2 is US, 3 is Australia, 4 is France, 5th is Canada. Chile. Who's the Prime Minister of Canada? Justin Trudeau. Justin, J-U-S-T-I-N. Justin Trudeau. T-R-U-D. I repeat, T-R-U-D-E-A-U. E-A-U. Justin Trudeau. Let's go to the next one. In July 2020, who has been appointed the chairman of the International Financial Services Center Authority. This is based in Gandhinagar. This is Injeti Srinivas. He is retired IAS officer. Injeti Srinivas. Why don't you write about this particular organization? International Financial Services Centers Authority. Write this please. First one, head office, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Number 2, Unified Authority, or single authority, single authority to regulate financial products and services, financial products and services like insurance contracts, securities, that is stock market, securities, and bank deposits, dash in financials in I think just end it here. Too much of complication is not required. Full stop. In bank deposits and a full stop. Chairman, you write this guy's name. Injeti Srinivas. In Satyabarama, I tried to read, find out who are these guys. These are IAS officers, most of them. 1, 4, 5 are IAS officers. 2 is the owner and CEO of SpiceJet. Enough, yeah. We don't have to write about secretaries in the particular ministry and everything. We don't really have to worry too much about this. Unless these are independent organizations, we don't have to. IRDAI has allowed health and general insurance companies to offer Arogya Sanjeevani policy for a minimum sum assured of 50,000 rupees and a maximum sum assured of 5 lakh rupees. Sum assured is the policy amount. Kitne ke liye insurance liya hai, that is called sum assured. Okay, of rupees 5 lakh rupees subject to the underwriting of the insurers. Underwriting means those who approve insurance. Those who see, when I put in the application, I give all the details. The agent takes it, gives it to the company. In the company, there is a person called underwriter. The underwriter, looks at all the details and then ascertains whether I should be given insurance or not. So the person writes below this all the details. Yes, insurance can be extended, but with a higher premium. So that signature of this person, because the person writes below the form, it's called underwriter. I undertake the responsibility. That is how it is. Underwriting means someone who takes the responsibility. Okay, it's not the undertaker of WWE. So underwriting basically is a risk appraisal officer. It's a good policy, especially with regard to a lot of people who don't earn much, who don't have great incomes, but financial emergency can destroy a family's finances. Yeah, so people always should have financial, at least health insurance. Yeah. On 15th June 2020, the central government extended a term of justice who was retired, Bansi Lal Bhatt, as the chairperson of NCL-80. What about the choices here? Look at choice 1. Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal. Write this. The chairman, you write chief, head. Shivakirti Singh. This is actually justice, but anyway. Shivakirti Singh. Next. Look at choice 3. NGT. Atul Kumar Goyal, or simply, Adarsh Kumar Goyal, G-O-E-L, Goyal. Adarsh Kumar Goyal. Central Administrative Tribunal. This is CAT, and this is headed by Narasimha Reddy. SAT. Tarun Agarwala. International Labor Day is observed on, it's always observed on May 1st. May 1st. May 1st. Why don't we write about the choices? February 21st. February 21st is Mother Language Day. Mother Language Day. Mother Language Day. February 21st, Mother Language Day. April 7th, World Health Day. World Health Day. June 21st, International Day Yoga Day. International Yoga Day. International Yoga Day. October 9th, Quit India Day. Quit India Day. No. October 9th is not Quit India Day. Yeah. That is August 9th. October 9th is Post Office Day. Post Office Day. Post Office Day. World Post Office Day. World Post Office Day. August 9th is the two major events that happened on August 9th. One is Quit India movement was launched on that day, and that was in 1942. 3 years later, on the same day, a bomb, an atomic bomb, was dropped on Nagasaki in Japan. So that's also called Nagasaki Day. Dash is a national e-commerce, electronic commerce marketplace launched by the Confederation of All India Traders, KATE. Bharat Market. These guys say that we don't want to buy anything from China. We would rather have, have substitutes in India itself. So these guys have started a new market called Bharat Market. So this is, they say that the total annual savings will be about 1 lakh crore rupees, which is phenomenal, isn't it? Yeah. Instead of importing, have better things within India. The money will remain in India. There will be economic development and all that stuff. So Bharat Market is what they are trying to launch. Chakhao, a black rice type which has recently got geographical indication tag, is cultivated in Manipur. See, geographical indication means a particular thing is peculiar or is a local thing only. That is, it is restricted or it is peculiar to a particular geographical location. Okay, like for example, this black rice, this particular black rice, Chakhao, it's produced only in Manipur. Only in Manipur. Even if it's produced elsewhere, this is the original one. This is the original one. There are a lot of geographical indications in India. Like for example, we have we have Roshagulla. Yeah, there was a massive fight for this particular GI, geographical indication tag, between West Bengal and Odisha. Ultimately, West Bengal won the case, but there was massive fight as to where the Roshagulla or the Rasgulla started and originated. The original recipe came from Odisha, is what they say. The Odiyas say, but the Bongs say that it had come from their state. So there had been very bitter fight, quite unlike the sweet itself. There is some blanket called Sholapur Chaddar. Okay, Sholapur की चद्दर बहुत अलग होती है, बहुत it's pretty good actually, long lasting. Lot of households in India have this particular blanket. It's called Sholapur Chaddar. It's peculiar to that part of the world. And you have Banganpalli mango, which is particular to this village near Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh called Banganpalli. It's a kind of mango. There is this tea, chai called Kangra tea, Kangra, K-A-N-G-R-A, Kangra tea, which is peculiar to a place called Kangra in Himachal Pradesh. So there are a lot of geographical indications in India itself. Okay, see, I right now I'm from Telangana, Hyderabad. तो यहाँ से कुछ दूर पे एक जगह है Pochampalli, which is world famous for its ikat, I-K-A-T, ikat sari, ikat designing for saris. Okay, ikat. So Pochampalli ikat is a geographical indication. Geographical indication for Pochampalli ikat, I-K-A-T. It's very expensive. True ikat is very expensive. So, which of the following has launched YESH, which is the Year of Awareness on Science and Health? the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, which is a part of the Department of Science and Technology, DST. Okay. Now look at the choices. HRD Minister is Ramesh Nishank Pokhriyal. Ramesh Nishank Pokhriyal, you know this guy anyway. We have repeated his name quite often. I don't say often, I say often. Look at choice 2. The person who holds this ministry, Health and Family Welfare, also holds 2 other ministries, and the guy's name is Dr. Harshvardhan. Dr. Harshvardhan. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of Earth Sciences, EARTH, Earth Sciences and what is it? Health and Family Welfare, Earth Sciences and Science and Technology. And Science and Technology. All 3 are headed by Dr. Harshvardhan. Dr. Harshvardhan. What about Agriculture, Ministry of Agriculture? It's Agriculture, Tribal Affairs. We have been repeating this quite often, yeah. I think I shouldn't have even started with those 2, the first 2 also. Anyway, but I'm going to tell you, I think 5th one is generally not known, very well known. Arjun Munda. The person who holds Agriculture Ministry is Narendra Singh Tomar. He also holds 2 other ministries, but it's okay now. Narendra Singh Tomar, Minister of Agriculture, लिख देते हैं, plus Ministry of Rural Development, plus Ministry of Panchayat Raj. Somewhere I don't want to share all that, but it comes out. So Narendra Singh Tomar heads 3 ministries: Agriculture, Rural Development and Panchayat Raj. Okay. Arjun Munda heads Tribal Affairs Ministry. Jal Shakti Ministry is headed by Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Jal Shakti Ministry. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Which sports body has launched the We Will Win campaign? That's a hashtag. FIFA has launched this. So why don't we write about? I think we discussed this. FIFA, FIH, SS, we discussed this except Friday. But anyway, थोड़ा जहाँ पे भी repeat हो सकता है करेंगे थोड़ा. FIFA revision करते हैं. Dash, where is his headquarters? Zurich, 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 Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland. That's where the head office is. And the CEO or the president, the president is Gianni Infantino, GIANNI. I repeat, GIANNI, Gianni Infantino, 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 Gianni Infantino, in brackets, Italy. He's from Italy. Next, FIDE, first one, chess wala, International Chess Federation. FIDE is a French full form, ignore it. FIDE dash Lausanne, LAUSSANE, Lausanne, comma, Switzerland. It's also in Switzerland. Dash. The head is Arkady Dvorkovich. Arkady, ARKADY. I repeat, ARKADY. Arkady Dvorkovich. DVOROKVICH. I think I got it incorrect here. Let me repeat. DVORKO, not OK, KO. VICH, VICH, DVORKOVICH. Slightly tough to remember. Djokovic. FIH is International Hockey Federation. FIH is International Hockey Federation. It's also in Lausanne. There's an Indian here. Narinder Batra. NARINDER. Narinder Batra. BATRA. Narinder Batra. And the 5D head, is a Russian. The Djokovic is a Russian. Narendra Batra is Indian. ICC, Dubai, International Cricket Council, Dubai. Dash International Dubai. Shashank Manohar. The last name is that of Badminton World Federation, BWF. Badminton World Federation. Kuala Lumpur, KUALA, Kaula. I repeat, KUALA, Kaula. Lumpur, 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 Kuala Lumpur. Dash. Paul, POUL, Paul, POUL, hyphen, Eric, ERIK, Paul Eric Larsen, LARSEN, Paul Eric Larsen. In brackets, Denmark is from Denmark. Next, Germany has classified Hezbollah as a terrorist organization. Hezbollah is based in Lebanon. I will discuss this. This is one of my most favorite areas, discussing terrorism. It's a Shia militant organization, Shia terrorist organization based in Lebanon. Its main aim is to destroy the state of Israel. लेबनान के नीचे हैं इजराइल में फ्रेंड्स. ओके, किसी दिन मैं आपको बहुत विस्तार से समझाऊंगा इसको. आई विल एक्सप्लेन दिस इन ग्रेट डिटेल. सो हेजबोल्लाह इज अ शिया टेररिस्ट ग्रुप इन लेबनान. Iran is the main funder of Hezbollah, my friends, because Iran is a Shia republic. Nigeria terrorist group, you can write Boko Haram, Boko, B-O-K-O, Boko Haram, H-A-R-A-M, Boko Haram. Pakistan, well, so many terrorist groups. You can write तहरीक-ए-तालिबान पाकिस्तान. ठीक है, बहुत बड़ा हो गया था. राइट, जैश-ए-मोहम्मद, JAISH, जैश डैश E डैश मोहम्मद, जैश-ए-मोहम्मद. Then Philippines, we saw it in the map, and it's a Roman Catholic country in Pacific Ocean, East Asia, Southeast Asia actually. This country is home to a terrorist organization called Moro Islamic Liberation Front. Moro, M-O-R-O, Moro Islamic Liberation Front. In short, MILF. MILF, MILF. Which of the following is a microwave sterilizer developed by the Defense Institute of Advanced Technology? Not much to discuss. Atulya. Name the first commercial bank in India with limited liability and entirely Indian board of directors. Out the commercial bank. Which area is called out the? Awadh is Lucknow, that surrounding area. Faizabad, what do you call Kanpur, Ayodhya, Faridabad, Faizabad, all that entire area is called Awadh. So, Awadh is Awadh, remember this. You write this, Awadh Commercial Bank, dash, established 1881, established 1881, dash, Faizabad, at Faizabad, 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 at Faizabad, dash, failed in, it went bankrupt, failed, Failed, failed in 1958, so bank band ho gayi. Next, leave one line space, right. Hindustan Commercial Bank, dash, established 1943, dash, acquired by, ACQUIRED, acquired by Punjab National Bank in 1986. Since I mentioned Punjab National Bank, एक काम करते हैं, कब स्टार्ट हुई बैंक्स, या जस्ट राइट, PNB, right, PNB dash 1894, next SBI 1955, next Canara Bank 1906, next Bank of Baroda 1908, 1908. Okay, see, I use the word bankrupt. Now what does this mean? Diwala, yeah, someone who has more liabilities than assets. Okay, not enough to repay the liabilities, the loans or whatever. So where does the word come? See, the word bank comes from the Italian word banca, B-A-N-C-A. Banca means bench. In the past, in Rome, people used to sit on benches to deal with, money lending and all that business was done after sitting, by those people who sat on benches. So when a person accumulated more liabilities than assets, the person's bench was broken. Which meant that the person could not sit there and do business. Okay, so break in English means rupture. So bankrupt, someone whose bench is broken, is bankrupt. So here in this case, it means a bank or a person who has gone bankrupt, means a person who's gone insolvent. There is a word in English called insolvent, INSOLVENT. Insolvent means bankrupt, someone who has accumulated more liabilities than assets, जिसके उधार बहुत हैं, पैसे नहीं है, और पैसा जनरली पैसे चुकाना नहीं चाहते ऐसे लोग. Okay, so that's this question. Oh, that was the last one. I always get surprised because I keep on discussing, I don't know the pattern, the numbers and all that. In any case, guys, thanks for being here. Have a lot of fun. And Arunima, I will discuss the monetary policy sometime this weekend. Yeah, most likely this weekend. Thanks for being here. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious, my friends.